Hello friends, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is about Vijay Kedia's principles. So I already made a video about one of the Vijay Kedia's principles that is called Smile Strategy. You can also watch it. It is there in my videos. So apart from these, actually there is also another three principles which he informed. Actually, Smile Strategy is for picking up the stock. What you look at. The smile strategy to pick up the stock, but apart from that, the main on top of that, I mean before that itself, picking up the stock itself, there is one three principle yes always believe in. I'm going to explain you that today. So just to give one details about Mr. Vijay Kedia. So you can see here in 1988 he invested 35,000 in Punjab tractor. Later, the same stock increased up to seven times the value. He also invested in ACC Limited when the stock price was 300 and sold it at 3,000. So this is what the current holding means. He was also actually started from very scratch. He was not very rich. He started from very bottom level. I think he has risen to this level. I think one of the video he also says that actually he was not having money to buy the milk as well, milk powder to his kids as well. I think from that level now he has grown to almost like he is holding a portfolio of 1,600 worth of shares. So, and as on June 2024, he's holding these many companies actually. But actually, I was also listening to one of his video. So he is also very bullish on this airline industry. He's saying like what happened with the mobile industry, like only three players were there: Geo and Airtel, and half of Vodafone Idea. The same thing can going to happen in airline industries as well. Just have a look on that, because most of the companies have already either closed down or they gone bankrupt, including Jet Airways, Kingfisher, and so many companies. Spice Jet is also struggling. Only Indigo is doing better in India. Apart from that, I think Tata's company. So I think airline industry compared to the US and all, there is a huge potential, because in India, the overall flight itself is only 550 they're having, but to compare to that, even the airports are also very less here in India. I think 200 something, but if you compare that with US, I think 16,000 airports they've got, but and also flights and all are too much actually. So compared to that, it's also becoming a common thing people can be able to afford now. That's why I think this can is very bullish on that sector as of now. So let's quickly come to this principle. Before I start with, I would like to show you this quote as well. I think even Mr. Vijay Kedia also believes in this. If you are not thinking about owning a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. So if this is the case, and if you follow smile strategy of Mr. Vijay Kedia, you will already come down to you will yourself will uh, take out that stock whether you want to buy it or not. You should always think that whether the company will be there after 10 years or not. I think that's why if you take with that note, I think you will already started taking out the companies from your list. You can put any filter, then you can I think in the share market main thing is, instead of what to do, you should always learn what not to do. So don't get into penny stocks and all those things. You never know after 10 years it will be there or not. So next, let's quickly come to Vijay Kedia's principles based on this Warren Buffett saying. So as you can see, these are all the three main principles. What Vijay Kedia believes, you should always try to remember this as well. So one is knowledge. To pick up the stock, you should learn what not to do. Means you should not get into penny stock. You should never do trading, and you should identify very good business which has got a, I think as he says, small, the company should be small, and the potential in that industry, wherever the whichever the industry it's operating, there should be huge potential, and the management should have uh, huge belly to think about vision. They should have vision to grow their business to any level. I think these are all the three strategies, that kind of companies you need to identify. For that you need the knowledge. I think that's the only thing, the important one. Next is courage. Next one is patience. I mean, let me tell you, I mean, if you buy one company, so you identified the company, it has become 100 bagger 100 times. Let's say if you put only 1,000 rupees in that, even if it becomes 100, beggar, it will only become 1 lakh. So that means it will not make much difference to your portfolio or to your life. It will not make a big change. That's why this word courage will come. I think other people also say it is, asset allocation and other things. If you're buying anything, you should, even though you spend a lot of knowledge to find out that idea, even though you are ready to hold for, let's say, 10 years. So if you don't have the courage to put put your, let's say, 10% of allocation or 20% of your overall net worth allocation, then it doesn't make sense actually. So I mean, everybody is, uh, 10% could be, for one person it could be 1 lakh, for another person it could be 10,000, or another person it could be 1 crore. It doesn't matter, but you should have minimum, if you're getting into any stock, thinking about, if you're going to own 10 stocks, you should have at least, 10% of the, you should have the courage to put 10%. So if you put the 10%, and then if you have patience to hold, so then you can achieve a big thing. If you see the Mr. Vijay Kedia's principle, you always see he will, pick up 1%, 2% of the company, like that. You will not get into, a small 0.5%, 0.1%. You will never do that. That means, even though, I mean, his level is different, but even for us, I mean, if you are a small investor as well, you should minimum put 10% of your overall portfolio in any company. Then you should, the next thing will come about the patience. Of course, if you don't have the knowledge to find out the good stock, and if you're holding a wrong stock for 10 years also, nothing will happen. There are a lot of examples like that. So you should never get into penny stocks. You should always look at the growth. Always, he says growth, 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 and also management. These two are important. Always you should see whether the sales growth is happening, and the EPS expansion, or maybe the earnings per share or profit is increasing. So these three are important. So just to conclude the video, I think minimum you have to hold for 10 years, and you should always go with that mindset. Of course, if your decision is wrong and you find out in between, then you can sell it off. Otherwise, you should always aim for minimum holding it for 10 years. Then you will, yourself will start thinking and only pick up your, good stocks. And also, there is one Warren Buffett saying as well. If you get a 20 punch cards throughout your lifetime, that means if you have to only pick up 20 stocks throughout your lifetime, then you will always, make sure that you will pick up the right stock. In the same way, you should think like that, and you should pick up the right stock. I hope this video helped you. Please subscribe and support. Thanks for now. Bye bye.